Good morning on this Sunday. Thanks so much for checking in with us here at Atlanta News First Plus. Hope your day's off to a great start. Another beautiful day weather-wise out there as we look outside over Midtown. How great does this look? Have you been enjoying the stretch of cooler temperatures? I know a lot of us here have, but things are changing in the forecast. Good morning to you. I'm Megan Packer. We will check in just a moment with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. She is tracking what is happening with the forecast, and she's got a few First Alert weather days to let you know about for very high temperatures that are in the forecast. So you will want to stick around to hear that, especially as you get the kids ready to go back to school and you're getting ready to go back to work this week. Just know we've got some very high temps coming our way. So get outside and enjoy the beautiful weather today while it lasts. But right now, let's get you caught up on what's making news this morning. Of course, the big story that we have been on top of all weekend for you, just is such a sad story impacting so many people across Georgia, the law enforcement community, some local tight-knit communities as well. The loss of two fallen deputies who were both killed in the line of duty within days of each other. We are talking about Paulding County Deputy Brandon Cunningham and Taylor Bristow, an investigator with the Carroll County Sheriff's Office, both 30 years old, both shot and killed on the job within days of each other. So we can tell you that the body of Deputy Taylor Bristow is now back in Carroll County after he died over the weekend. He fought for his life in the ICU for a few days at Grady Hospital before dying, and his body, you can see here, was moved in a very emotional procession of law enforcement yesterday back home to Carroll County. Bristow was shot last week while serving a warrant. He was 30 years old. He has children. He was married, beloved in his community, beloved at work by his department. And he was shot again while serving a warrant. The suspect shot and killed himself, taking his own life there at that scene. The sheriff's office has not yet announced funeral arrangements for investigator Taylor Bristow. And this all comes just days after Paulding County laid to rest its own deputy who was shot and killed in the line of duty. Deputy Brandon Cunningham's funeral was held Friday. He was also just 30 years old. He was shot and killed responding to a domestic dispute last weekend. You can head to our website, atlantanewsfirst.com. We have a lot more about both of these men, how they're being remembered, and how the community is showing support and how you can support their families as far as different fundraisers and where donations can go. That's all posted on atlantanewsfirst.com. But heavy hearts this weekend for sure in many Georgia communities as we remember these two fallen deputies. Another headline this morning is a MARTA bus driver was injured yesterday after that person was hit by a car. The bus driver was walking to a bus when a car hit them and took off. It happened yesterday afternoon in Clayton County at Davidson Circle and Highway 138. MARTA says one of its drivers was taken to the hospital after the car hit them and drove off. They've not provided an update yet on how that driver is doing. We do know several different cars were involved in the crash, and police have not shared if there are any suspects. In political news, we know many eyes are on Georgia. Vice President Kamala Harris and her running mate, Tim Walz, are coming to South Georgia in just a few days. They'll be here Wednesday for a bus tour. It ends with a rally with just Harris in Savannah on Thursday. Donald Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, was just in Valdosta in South Georgia last week. And no doubt there will be many more political stops here to come between now and Election Day. Big news in Metro Atlanta. It was a great day in Decatur Square yesterday. Beautiful weather. You can see a nice crowd here as a new statue of the late John Lewis was unveiled. The late Georgia congressman and civil rights leader was honored with this new 12-foot bronze statue. It shows him with his hands over his heart, an expression that he used to convey his love for others. Several community members were here yesterday and some lawmakers. This new statue on the square replaces a Confederate monument that was taken down in 2020 after a judge ordered it to be removed. That controversial monument had been there for 110 years. The sculptor, Basil Watson, named the statue Empathy. He says that was John Lewis's strongest quality, and he says it stands as a symbol of progress in America. So this is now standing for all to see, and you are welcome to swing by Decatur Square and check it out when you're able to. And it is a nice day to get outside, no matter what you have planned. Heading out to eat, checking out any of the festivals that are happening across Metro Atlanta. It is beautiful out there. We still had a little taste of fall this morning, so let's see how long that will hang around until the 90s return. Looking outside right now at Midtown again as we bring in First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. And Courtney, it's been so nice, but all good things must come to an end.
Oh, unfortunately, especially this time of year when we are still in summer, I should remind everyone, even though it's felt like fall the last few days, summer will make its comeback because the season is not over officially until September 22nd. We normally don't see our last 90-degree day until about mid-September anyway, so we are... We've had a treat the last couple of days, but we are in for the heat to turn on up. Nothing but blue sky out there over our skyline. It's a gorgeous looking start. It's a gorgeous feeling start. It has just been so comfortable the last couple of mornings, including this morning. And I hope you've enjoyed it because, yes, as Megan said, all good things must come to an end. And end is in sight, everyone. Let's talk about what to expect today. A lot of us will top out in the upper 80s today, but I do think the city of Atlanta and a handful of our other suburbs will top out in the low 90s this afternoon. So for some of us, the 90s will return today. But the good news is that our humidity will still stay low and we'll have a nice easterly breeze. So that'll help kind of cut the heat a little bit. Today will feel very similar to yesterday. Here's a look at those temperatures area-wide for high temperatures this afternoon around 4 or 5 o'clock. 89 in Canton, 89 in Gainesville, 86 in Helen, 88 in Carrollton, Rome, LaGrange, Eatonton, potentially places like Covington and Athens. You could hit 90 today, 91 for the city of Atlanta. But as I mentioned, humidity stays low. We'll have a breeze, wind gusts between 15 to 20 miles per hour. I just think that's going to make the day really pleasant. Of course, warm, hot, but pleasant with the lower humidity and the breeze today. Again, really similar to yesterday. You're really not going to notice the difference between a degree or two when it comes to those temperatures this afternoon, because it'll only be about a degree or two hotter. So if you enjoyed yesterday, you'll like today just as much. Overnight tonight, this will kind of be our last crisp and cool morning. A lot of us will wake up in the low 60s tomorrow, very similar to where we started this morning. So still several degrees below the average low, which is 71. Maybe a few 50s sprinkled in there tomorrow morning. But as we head through this week, very strong ridge of high pressure that's been building out west, bringing near triple-digit heat advisories and excessive heat warnings to parts of the Midwest. That will continue to build over us as we head into the middle of the week and late week, which will leave us downright hot. In fact, a handful of first alert weather days this week for the abnormally high temperatures, the high humidity that's returning. And really, this is just going to be a huge change of pace compared to where we have been the past few days with that lower humidity and really comfortable air. So we'll stay in the low 90s tomorrow, and then Tuesday we bump into the mid-90s, and then upper 90s on the way Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Those are our first alert weather days. Again, that's kind of just our way of giving you a heads up that, hey, it's about to get really hot. And again, the humidity will also start to soar Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so it's going to feel more like the triple digits. Now, when it comes to rain, we've really been lacking in the rainfall department for August. We'll have a chance for at least a few scattered showers and storms on Thursday and Friday as a cold front starts to push into the southeast. This front will get a little closer on Saturday, which could promote a higher coverage of rain. Now, what you're looking at is the European model. This model is the wetter of the two solutions. The GFS keeps us pretty dry on Saturday. So right now we're going to keep our rain chance at about 30%, but that could go up just depending on how much moisture we have, how strong that front is as it approaches the area. But the good thing is one, it'll provide us some relief from the near record heat. It'll put us back to the mid-90s, which I know is not cool by any stretch of the imagination, but at least it's going to prevent our temperatures from continuing to go up as we head into the weekend after a handful of first alert weather days for those upper 90s. So needless to say, get out and enjoy today. Breeze, low humidity, low 90s, upper 80s in a lot of spots. So it'll be a pretty nice day today. Tomorrow morning, that's kind of our last cool and really comfortable morning before it starts to get warmer throughout the overnight lows as well. Because look, we're waking up Wednesday morning, our wind will start to shift out of the south, which will pull in that warm and more moisture-rich air. So it's going to be muggy Wednesday morning, leading to a hot and humid afternoon. So you really got to enjoy this morning and then tomorrow morning. We'll stay in the low 90s Monday as well, and then it's only up from there temperature-wise. Mid to upper 90s take over Tuesday all the way through Saturday with our hottest days of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The record for those days, 98. So right now we are on track to tie record heat on Thursday with small rain chances again Thursday and Friday. Best chance for rain returns Saturday, and we'll keep you posted on if that goes up because there is the potential that we have better chance for rain on Saturday, which I think we all could get behind, not only to kind of cool us down a little bit, but because we do need the rain. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for choosing us here at Atlanta News First Plus for your news and your weather. Be sure to stay tuned here throughout the day as we'll be giving you updates on all your stories and, of course, your forecast. Enjoy the beautiful weather today, and we'll catch you here next time.